Hello everyone, my name is Miss Abraham and today is Friday, May 8th, 2020. Today we're learning about two things. The first is characters in the story and what they say. The second is cause and effects. Let's start. So characters in the story have dialogue and thoughts. That means they speak and then they think. One character that you may have heard of is Harry Potter. He is a character in a book or a film, and he says things. So we have our character, and then we have dialogue, which is basically having a conversation. The first one you see, Harry said, nearly. Now let's read together so you can better understand character dialogue and character thoughts. This is narrative fiction, and you can determine a narrator or character's viewpoint by looking at their thoughts and reading their dialogue. A dark storm. At 8 o'clock in the morning, it was already hot and dry. Uncle Roy walked into the kitchen. He had gone to work in the field just a few minutes before, so Aunt Doris was surprised to see him. "What's wrong?" she asked. "There's a storm coming," he replied, "but it's not like any storm I've ever seen." The sky got darker and darker. They could hear the wind. It wasn't rain that was blowing, though. It was dust. So after reading A Dark Storm, we know that Aunt Doris seems to be worried because she asked, and it was odd that he had gone to work in the field and just came back very quickly. You can tell that she's worried because that's not something that Uncle John or Uncle Roy would usually do. Now let's talk about cause and effect. You'll see this a lot in nonfiction texts and stories that have characters in them. So going back to Harry Potter, there's a character called Hagrid. Hagrid rides a flying motorcycle, and he had to ride in a storm. He was on his way to give Harry a birthday cake. If Hagrid has to ride his motorcycle in a storm, the birthday cake is gonna get pushed around. And that's exactly what happened. So when Harry got his birthday cake, there was a big old crack in it, and it was that the frosting was kind of all over the place. This is an example of cause and effect in a fictional source. Now let's look at cause and effect in a non-fiction text. That means it's something that's real. So this says, the layer of rock below the Earth's crust is called the mantle, but the pressure and high temperatures near the center of the Earth change the rock to liquid. The pressure can force the liquid rock upward. It moves up through cracks in the Earth's crust. This can form a volcano. So what we're going to do is basically make a cause and effect chain. The cause is that pressure and heat buildup inside of the Earth. And the first effect that we see is that the rock inside the Earth is changed to liquid. Now, because this liquid rock is in the Earth, pressure forces it to move through the Earth's crust, causing it to form a volcano. So thank you so much for reading along with me about cause and effect and characters, dialogues, and thoughts. If you're in my class, this video will go along with one of your assignments on Google Classroom. Have an awesome day, and I hope you learned something new today.